Welcome to Positive Atheism English channel. Today, I am going to continue from the last episode of the article Atheism, a Way of Life, written by Dr. G. Vijayam, then a famous atheist and social activist. Collective efforts. Each individual is unique, but the beauty lies in the collective effort to achieve the cherished ideals. Atheism recognizes the freedom of the individual and it also equally harps on the collective effort for well-being. Freedom and responsibility go together. In the earlier ages, the few people had to struggle hard to achieve even a little. In this democratic age, if many people strive even a little, great changes can be achieved. We have to strengthen the secular outlook in this country and we have to follow the atheist and humanist principles and be active. Mrs. Saraswati Gora highlighted the significance of atheist way of life. She said, we have to build an alternative way of life free from religion and superstition. In this endeavor, the role of both men and women is of equal importance. The distinctions of caste and religion must go. No problem is insurmountable. We should have immense faith in the innate abilities of the common people. Hence, justice, equality, fraternity, attain greater significance. They are not mere high ideals to be cherished, but to be practiced to build the society free of exploitation and injustice. Atheism is thus not a mere philosophical discussion. Atheism is a positive way of life. Atheism is full of life. Atheism is not for hermits and those who renounce the world like the sannyasis and observe celibacy. It is for common people who live in families and who face all the vicissitudes of life. It is easy for a bachelor who has no family to do greater sacrifice. But the ideal person for the ordinary individual is a family man and how he behaves with others in day-to-day life. In other words, atheism aims at social reforms and it strengthens family bonds, filial affection, and it enhances the dignity of individual. In society, we have many problems. Whether they are theists or atheists, the social problems remain same. But as to how do we tackle them is of paramount importance. It is not the fate that determines the future of a person or the hardships. It is the social condition that causes the hardships. Hence, people should develop scientific outlook and scientific temper to understand the social realities. But mere description is no solution. When time comes, people should stand up and live up their cherished goals. Social reform is an effort to bring change in human relations. The Atheist Center is actually developing numerous secular type social activities and reforms. But surely, for any social institution to come to stay requires sustained efforts of a large number of people. Oppose slave mind. As religion promotes a slave mind and submission, the desired change could not be achieved. Hence, open advocacy of atheism is a must. Without fear of favor, people should declare themselves as atheists. Atheists take responsibility on themselves and try to change the world they live in. Atheism is a moral and psychological revolution. When we look back in the history, it provides innumerable examples that atheists were known for their moral steadfastness and commitment to the cause they championed. In religious way of life, the attention is divided between God and the social relations. People blame their fate, their stars, and their actions in the previous births for the predicament to which they are subjected here and now. They shift the blame on others, curse their fate, and spend their time in prayer. But atheists assert themselves. They take the blame on themselves and try to change the system. We have to change the system by convincing others. Atheism is bringing change in common people regarding their approach towards life. When we take atheism as a way of life, it requires corresponding changes in outlook and actions. For centuries, religions reigned supreme in all aspects of human life with do's and don'ts. How we bring up our children in a secular way is of greater importance. Our educational system indoctrinates children and adults with the theistic beliefs. Every aspect of life needs scrutiny. Children should be given secular names. Secular festivals must be observed. Atheists are full of life and happiness. Dance, drama, music, sculpture, literature, and all forms of fine arts must reflect a new secular approach. Language and customs and traditions must have secular moorings. It is high time that the education system is revamped to suit to the needs of the present day secular society. Education must be creative and challenging, and it should bring up to the fore the creative talents of the people. Social responsibility. To do good or to be good, the prop of God and religion are not necessary. To help fellow human being is social responsibility. Hence, we have to emphasize on secular social work which rises above all sectarian considerations. Secular social work concentrates on empowering the people and to improve their status to become equal partners in progress. The whole world is slowly but steadily moving towards a post religious society. We cannot expect that religion will wither away immediately, but when the secular alternatives develop, people automatically tend to move away from religion in all aspects of life. Hence, building secular alternatives in every sphere of life is very essential. Economic equality is an integral part of atheism. It is the master key to social action, but the efforts for economic equality must be democratic and through persuasion. We have seen the examples of many earlier efforts where forced change did not yield the desired results. Atheism is democratic in its approach and egalitarian in its principles. In democracy, the process may be slow, but the changes that takes place has greater impact on the minds of the people. In the modern world, democracy with all its imperfections is the only available alternative for change. In other words, social change would come only through peaceful means and it will sustain very long. The other name for democracy is persuasion. It is not coercion, but convincing others that makes all the difference. The responsibility of the citizens does not end with mere casting of the votes. There must be constant effort to educate and empower the citizens. Eternal vigilance is the price of liberty. As Gora rightly pointed, that democracy requires atheistic correction. In democracy, people should be active in all aspects of life. As Gora reiterated, no single book can guide anyone throughout their life, as none is wholly similar to another in talent, taste, or situation. The only book from which everyone can learn always is the book of life, wherein every person is a page and every work is a word. In each generation, the life of the people must be guided according to their requirements. The old customs and traditions must yield place to the new. The aim of the social progress is to march towards equality in every sphere of life. Atheism and peace go together. The future of humanity is intertwined with peace with the nations and in the international arena. The day is not far off when the nation states lose their credence, and as international understanding grows, people look back beyond their boundaries and render a helping hand to improve the condition of the disadvantaged all over the world. Atheism is based upon self-respect, human dignity, and equality. Atheism is concerned with the condition of the fellow humans. Atheism is bound to grow. It is global force. The slogan of atheism is Jai Insan, which means victory to human. As Gora pointed out, the atheistic way of life is full of initiatives. It continually progresses towards increasing happiness every time through scientific understanding and technological control of the forces of the world. Its objective is equality. Its method is openness. Its means is political action. Its driving force is the moral freedom of the individual. And with this, we end our article on Atheism, a Way of Life, written by Dr. G. Vijayam. And we'll meet in another episode with another article. Thank you.
For more videos, please subscribe to this channel Positive Atheism and activate the bell icon.